Hello everybody, welcome on in. Hi, welcome. Can somebody just tell the streamer to start the dang stream already? That'd be super nice if they could actually like start their stream on time. How could they? Ugh. No, it's fine, it's chill, it's cool. Hey everybody, welcome on in. How are we doing today? Hello. Self, how we doing? Prof Kestrel, what's going on? Pooch, hello. Jenny, hello. Modern Art Muncher, hello. Valenite Star, what's going on?
Adding another month of enjoyable content. How has time moved so fast?
Mel with the 49, thank you so very much. Appreciate you. Kari, hello. Bubbly, hello. Thank you for the bits. Ready Skate, what's up? Hello. Enterprises, Potato. Luma, Pencil, what's going on? How's the day going? Day's going pretty good so far. Kex, what's going on? Welcome on in. Crazy Chuck, hi. It's been a pretty chill day. It's been a good start. Started working on a new build project I'm excited about. I was starting last night. I was messing around with it this morning. And it's been I'm very excited for it. So I've got my next hardcore video direction locked in, ready to go. Can you tell me a good idea to make Minecraft Bedrock World not as laggy? I know nothing about Bedrock. I'm not the one to answer that for you. So Rufus, please stop spamming. I'd appreciate it. My math is not mathing today. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm not good at maths either. So streamer brain is active. I am live streaming. Math is not possible. What time is it for me? It's almost noon. Miss May, what's going on? How are the pups doing? They're good. It's a little bit of a chillier day today. It was in the 50s Fahrenheit when we woke up this morning, and I took the dogs out on the walk, and you can tell Coda is so over summer because it's nice and chilly, and he's just da 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 da. He's just like marching along. He's got his tails going and he's just like hippie hopping all the way around. And there's a little bit over the summer where I was just like, oh, he's kind of looking a little older now. I mean, he is going to be turning 9 here in October. And then now that the weather's getting a little colder in the mornings, I'm just like, nope, he's chilling. He's good. He's just been melting all summer. So yeah, I'm bored. So thanks for showing up. I got you. Is it Leonie? Poster box. It's 80. My pups aren't happy. Yeah. Frenchman, how we doing? Left to grab a drink and my cat is on my headphones now. Yeah, cat owner problems. I watched the Mr. Beast video when he toured your world. He didn't even look at New Papyrus. He was in there briefly for a second, but yeah, that whole video is a mess. So it's a terrible representation of my world. But it is what it is. I'm over summer. I'm like in. I love that here in the Pacific Northwest, we typically get really long, like end of summer vibes before we hit full fall vibes, where it's still in the 70s, like low 70s, high 60s, and it'll just kind of coast like that until mid-September, and then it's so good, and then it just turns all dark and rainy and gray and gross and stuff. Catherine, I did. We tend to avoid a lot of those like big news topic stuff just because I don't want to catch anybody off guard with it, but it's very, very sad to hear about Dolly Parton. But yeah, that was a bummer yesterday. It's been a hot summer in the UK. It's been a hot summer everywhere, dude. I'm loving the cooler temps this week. Yeah, it's been kind of nice. Yesterday was really warm though. Yesterday we were melting. It's too cold for my fan, but it's too warm for a blanket or hoodie. I'm absolutely trapped. The in-between. How terrible. That's when you put blanket on, take blanket off, put blanket on, take blanket off, and just like you rinse and repeat throughout the entire day and you'll be fine. Speaking of which, one thing that you can do once and then you'll be totally fine is click the like button on YouTube. Thank you. There's like 100 thunderstorms now. Oof. I'm very glad that we don't get many thunderstorms here. You seen the new matcha flavored data pack? It's really engaged me to play Minecraft again and fits my playstyle, and honestly also yours. There might be a video coming out of my channel sometime, maybe next Thursday, looking at the matcha Minecraft data pack with somebody else that could be cool that y'all could see. No, there's Barse and I. Barse is another YouTuber. He hangs out in chat here every once in a while. But we did a playthrough together of the matcha Minecraft data pack, and we've probably put 15 to 20 hours into a world and kind of checked out everything that we possibly could with it, and it was really, really fun. The video is turning into a hellish endeavor to edit through all of it, but it should we're planning to release the videos next Thursday, so it'll be cool. But I had a great time with it. I think it's really good. If you've all been on the fence about it, I think the video that we're gonna post is the only thing I don't like about it is I don't like the texture pack. I think the texture pack that it forces, one, is just a discount version of the texture pack Germsy Boy made years ago, so that is a bummer that the person basically just took Germ's texture pack and barely rewrote it.
3.
And there's also a lot of things that I remember not liking about Germ's texture pack back in the day, and this matcha Minecraft texture pack that's just included in the data pack does a worse job of some of those things that I already didn't like. For example, gravel just looks like dirt with a few specks of gravel in it, and I hate it. Gravel needs that gray. And then we were also, the most infuriating part is we were trying to do a trail ruin at one point because we were trying to get loot out of it, and the suspicious gravel was so hard for me to tell the difference of regular gravel and with that texture pack on, that it just, like, I was just brushing literally every block, and then I realized after one time I was just brushing dirt. Like, you can't, that's not even gravel out I'm looking at. I got a big lore idea for Path and New Papyrus. Let me know if you want to hear it. Send it, Matt. Wonder which river's getting working. Well, this is my Minecraft world. It's very laggy because I just logged in. I saw a texture pack from Matcha Flavor where it removes the goofy dirt, gravel, etc. Okay. What we're going to be working on today is this little river section up here that it's already extremely skinny there. So I would like to keep the skinny vibe of it all going. And we're basically just going to be extending what the foliage that we have on there. And then I want to turn it more into like a river that is kind of, it's so just still that it's not really flowing, that it's turned in more or less like a marshy area. I think it's gonna be really fun. So we're gonna be working on that, and I need to look in here, see what stuff we have that we can take back with us. I think I can just put that terracotta in there to deal with later, but that's all dirts. This is all dirts. I want to get all of the dirt that we have out of here and take it over to dirt storage. We'll just take this whole one with us. And then we can just kind of see everything that we got. And I'm mostly curious about how much mud I have, which it looks like is not much. I don't have a plan in mind for this thing. We're just going to kind of wing it today and see what we can do. As someone who knows nothing about the matcha flavor data pack, can't wait for the vids. Yeah, it's a fun one. Or like a seasonal river that floods ever so often. Yeah, that could kind of be, that's a good take on it. That's not a shulker box. In fact, if anybody was curious, it is not a shulker box. Okay, thank you. How much do I have in here? Okay, we actually have a decent amount of stuff. We can just take a load of this mud with us. And then we can see how long it'll last. It's nice to have all of this in here too. We take a little bit of our coarse dirts and everything. Probably smart. Ninjan, thank you so much for the gift membership. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. I keep thinking it's Monday for some reason. So I keep wanting to be like, hope y'all had a good weekend. Like, no, sorry, it's already Wednesday. Hope you're excited for halfway to next weekend. How did the Shulker monster get that monsterish? I literally dropped off everything from New Papyrus this morning. I haven't logged into the survival world in a few days. It feels weird. I've been very busy with other things and doing stuff on like the new modded server. So I've been on there quite a good amount. And I didn't realize, I was looking at it this morning and I was like, oh, I should log in there and see what's going on and get to work on the next project. And I logged in and I'm still sitting outside the gate. Like when I logged in this morning to the survival world, I logged in like right there. And I was like, oh, like I am, I haven't done anything. Like I haven't even started working on the next thing. Like I should probably do that today. Did fWhip ever do that Giant Valley mountain build that took 28k dirt blocks? Can't remember. We've done this mountain. We've done this mountain. We've done part of this mountain. We've done a little bit of these mountains. And you're probably referring to the guys up here. That's like the big floating landscape. That's still work in progress. And more so is that I kind of want to redo it all. Where do you get the designs for your farms, i.e. your Wither Skeleton farm? The Wither Skeleton farm is called the Whiskey Train, W-I-S-K-E, and Train, Wither Skeleton farm. But usually I just look on YouTube for tutorials and things, or I've also, in the, what is it, the Archivist Discord channel, there's some stuff in there that's usually pretty good that you can find certain examples of. Or I have a few friends, like the Egg, he's a big redstoner and he helps me design some farms every once in a while if I need them.
I'm sick. I consider this a soft cure. Much love.
Hey Bart, hope you feel better soon, dude.
Thanks to @Jewel_Bardmans for my sub gift. Smiley face emoji.
Kiwi, thank you for the 5 months. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, we are going to start with these for now. It's a lot of stuff, but then my hope is that we can just bottle underneath. And then we can see. Oh, was there a new snapshot yesterday? I didn't see it yet. Or if I did see it, I did not look at it. Was there? I saw there was some stuff. Oh, there was a new snapshot yesterday. What does it do? What does the snapshot do? I haven't looked yet. Sorry. Realm stuff. Main menu is updated background panorama. Okay. See, is that the panorama? I mean, I like the polar bears, but I just don't like that the fall forest goes right next to snowy stuff, dude. That's not where they put the dappled forest in the like biome layout where it lands. It's still not what I would like to do. Bart, thank you for the gift sub, my dude, or gift member. There are some basic changes and tech changes. Enchantments now apply to items being damaged from protecting an unmob. Enchantments now apply to items being damaged from protecting an undead mob from the sun. Oh, so like unbreaking can help with that, or fire protection, I'm assuming, can stop them from dying. Improvements for performance when trying to locate structures. That's honestly nice. That gets a little laggy. Rename the maps and then techie changes. Okay, so nothing too huge. Ooh, world generation. Density function. Oh, this is for data pack stuff. I need to look into those some more. I need to refresh myself on world gen data packs, just in case I need to update the one for this world. But that's okay. Yeah, it is the peach
Keep it
Celsius.
real.
How are you? Also missed my first chat.
Ninja, I'm
_flip
so
sassy.
sorry. I'm doing pretty good. I'm good. How are we feeling about liking the stream? I'm feeling very good about liking the stream, as long as I'm pretty sure that was you. But thank you for the donos. I really appreciate it. I'm sorry I messed up. Oh, no. That's spoilers. You can't see that yet. All right. This is the river that I want to fix up to get started today. And the stretch that I want to work on, I really want to work from down there, that little section where it gets super skinny, to like here. But then the problem comes in if I do that, literally from there to here would be empty. And I've only done the far side up to that point. So if we could, I don't know. Let's just start from that end and work our way back and see how far the mud takes us. That's the more important part. And after we get all this stuff done, we're going to go grab some leaves and see what we can come up with and just decorate it. I would like to use azalea leaves. I don't know if I have enough, but we shall see. So we're going to start with just a bunch of mud here. And we're just going to run along and start bordering out the existing river, because I kind of like that it carves back into these spaces. I want to keep that so we can have that very overgrown marshland area.
Pleased to meet you.
Hey fWhip and chat. How is our day, everyone?
Taking to court. Thank you for the 9 months. It's going pretty good. It's going pretty good. Hope you're doing well. My hope is that we can get all this stuff in, and then we can just grab some bottles and just fill all of the dirt in underwater that needs it. I mean, this little space right here, we could just open and turn to even more water. Helps reinforce that marshy vibe by adding more marsh to our marsh. I know y'all love some good bottle spamming in Minecraft, so I don't want to take that away from you. So we're going to be doing a lot of bottle spamming. It'll be great. Let me go do a little sweeps. Oh, I'm off the bed. I'm falling off the side of the bed. Didn't know that could happen. Oh, we're good. Woke up on the other side though. We're fine. YouTube friends, click the like button if you can. It helps me out a bunch. We got 500 people in here. We're almost at 300 likes, so I do appreciate it. Yeah, week has been pretty good so far. I've been playing Fields of Mystria some more. That's been a good time. I'm on book 8 of Dungeon Crawler Carl, so I've been reading that a good amount, which has been fun. And then nope. What else has been new? Well, I got my Legos that I need to build still. I told you all about those last stream, I think. I got some new Legos for my birthday, so I'm psyched. Same birthday presents I got when I was 10. When I'm 32, still love them. Okay, so what we're doing here, just extending this border around, is so that I can keep the shoreline correct, and then we'll come back in and redo some of the things. So I want to thicken it up so it's not just mud along the edge. I want to bring it back. Honestly, we should probably bring it back all the way to here, and we can dig a few more little marshy sections into that. Would look pretty good. Do you see the gameplay trailer for Warlock yet? No, I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with it. I did see there's a new Star Wars game coming out this week that's like a turn-based And you're playing as like the clones or something like that. Looked like bounty hunter vibes or something, but I'm kind of excited about that. So I'm thinking about checking that one out. In the first Lego movie, I'm with the dad building a perfect Lego city. Yeah. I feel like I would be, if I wasn't playing Minecraft as much, I would probably still be building a lot of Legos. I used to do a lot of mock Lego stuff when I was younger, but Minecraft has just replaced most of that for me because it takes up a lot less space in your house. That's the real reason. Yeah, I saw the Lego City Skylines is made by the same dev team that did City Skylines 2. I'm not a big City Skylines fan. I'll be honest. City Builders are one of those where I like it to have that either medieval twist to it or some like crazy fantasy or futuristic element going on. I'm not a big fan of modern day. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of modern day video games. I know some people are like, what the heck? Why? But yeah, I tend to really not play many video games that are set in the modern era. Like, I don't enjoy Call of Duty. I don't enjoy GTA. I don't enjoy really any of that. There's not many modern games I think I've played in the recent years probably that I'm like, oh yeah, that was fun. Like, the closest thing I've got into it was Cyberpunk 2077, and that is very futuristic. Well, it's very cyberpunk, not futuristic. Yeah, I like video games and things to be a bit of an escape from reality. So I tend to go for older ones. Or fantasy-based things. Or it can be set in modern times. Like Stardew Valley is set in modern times, but that's such a fantasy world. That's like different. Minecraft costs way less. Minecraft costs less than Lego, and it takes up so much less space. If you go back to the Lego movie, that dude's got an entire basement of his house dedicated to his Lego builds. Which, like, cool to have that tangible thing to it, but also I don't got the money to buy a house big enough to be able to have a entire room dedicated to Lego. And then they also had 2 kids' rooms. Dude, oh. In this economy, I feel about World War II shooters, still too modern. Anything that is like stuff that I feel like if it gives like if people could still be alive that were part of that, I'm like, nah, I'm good. But actually, that's also goes true for like Civil War stuff. Like I don't care to play video games based like outside of strategy games, like real-time strategy games. Like I enjoyed Age of Empires 3 and 4 and all those. Like those were fun. And I mean I love all the Age of Empires games.
Noise.
I was thinking that was noise. I was like, okay, interesting. Luciotas, thank you for the 8 months. Appreciate you. Yeah, I tend to play a lot of video games that are not out unless it's a strategy game. I feel like that for me can come with a bit of a difference to it. Let's do this. Nope. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect. We can kind of just make it up as we're going for whatever looks nice. Gosh, why? I understand. This is a thing that with Minecraft I think needs to change. Why is it in river biomes, and I think honestly swamp biomes is where I would change it. But why is it in river biomes we have this weird, very obvious noise pattern underwater in rivers? I think the only reason that we have it is because you get gravel, you get clay, you get dirt, and you get sand. That looks so bad underwater. It looks really bad, especially if you look like a top-down view. Like, look how terrible that looks. It's just like an accepted norm to have this purlin noise pattern in your Minecraft world. I get having the sandy banks and things, like having that little bit of sand over there. That's cool. That could be great if they could build that into like the curves of rivers. I feel like they could make the generation stuff happen with that. But underwater, I think it needs to be purely gravel and mud. Get rid of the dirt, get rid of the clay, because you can use mud to make clay. So why is it clay under here when the feature is that you have to dry mud in order to get clay? So how do we have dried clay in the riverbed when we could have just mud down there that you can then take it out and dry it and you can get your clay? I'm just saying. Some early game people might want their clay, but I think a lot of early game people would like easier access to mud. Hi, I'm one of those early game people who would like easier access to mud. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I just think visually they would look so much better. The rivers would also look so much deeper because it would be darker. So you'd get a much, much better vibe for your rivers throughout in the entirety of all of it. And they don't even need to add anything new to it. Keep the seagrass, keep all that stuff in here. I think I might actually leave the sand here. That looks kind of nice. Do we want to keep it coming all the way back here? It does go to this weird cave thing, so that's probably not the best realism wise. And let's be honest, let's check real quick. If we were to bring a road out here eventually, because there's a road that goes there that eventually will probably come all the way here, that would need to go over this. So we'll just for now curve the bend back here. Can trade for bricks easily enough. I don't think villager trading, as much as I love my villager trading, I don't think villager trading should be something that prevents or changes the economy of a Minecraft world. In terms of, by having something easily accessible of villagers, it should not come to the equation of, is that easy to get into the world that you're playing in? Which I know we're talking about getting rid of bricks to have it be or getting rid of clay and rivers so you can have bricks from your villagers. So like that's fine, but I think just like as a general sentiment, I think a lot of people say, oh, these things are easily accessible from villagers, so let's just do villagers. And don't get me wrong, I love making me a village. I love making a little village. And I think there needs to be multiple not easy, but just like multiple reasonable routes to access materials, not just through villagers. Not that you're saying that, but that's just like a general thought I have of how Minecraft villagers need to be balanced in this game. I'd prefer more swirling lines and spots in rivers. Yeah, I feel like if they just took these, skinnied them up, and stretched them out based off the direction of the river,
cutter added to the game first to strip wood easier, or the beacon buff for deep slate to instant mine?
I'll stripping logs, please. And if we're adding a woodcutter to do all of that, please make it so that we can use that as a way to just like craft trapdoors and doors and all that stuff. Like, make it take a netherite ingot. I don't care. I'll pay it. I'll craft 100 of them. I will go mine all of the netherite ever if it means I can have a woodcutter that will give me 1-to-1 ratios on any wood item. I've been rewatching some of your older series. It's crazy how different the video format is these days. Not exclusive to you, obviously, but it happens in these videos is so much more. Oh yeah, no, Yeah, very much is like a change of Minecraft YouTube as a meta shifting, but also you can see the clear flip from when I start to look into going full-time as a content creator. It's night and day how much stuff I was doing per video. The old Building with fWhip videos, the reason why that series hit 300 episodes is, whereas this current series, I'm working on episode 126. So, like, we're still up there, but it's 126 episodes in near 14,000 days. We won't hit it quite on stream today, but we're getting pretty close. I think I'm going to leave these little bits of gravel here. I think they look kind of nice. But the Building with fWhip ended at like 900 days, something like that. And no. Yeah, anyways, what I was gonna say is each episode in the Building with fWhip world, when I was making them like consistently, because I was posting 2 or 3 episodes a week, each video took me about 2 hours to record, because that's all I had time for outside of work. And that was kind of the idea of YouTube back in the day. It was just post and post and post and do lots and lots and lots. And so I would go in, be like, okay, we're gonna just wing it and make a house in this city or village or whatever today for most of them. And I think I'd have 1 video per week that was kind of a bigger deal, but for the most part it was literally just, we're making a house, let me intro and talk for 3-4 minutes, walking around, seeing all the things. Okay, here's me gathering the blocks and whatnot. Here's me like framing up the house, and here's the time lapse finishing everything. And then let's look and stare and talk about it for another 5 minutes. And hey, cool, 15-minute video. Cool, let's go. Done. On to the next. Like, there's very much a formula I was following back in the day. There's some good to it, but yeah, I much prefer the style of video I make now. I have a lot more fun doing this. Do you enjoy this more than any job you previously had? Oh, 1,000,000%, yes. Yeah, my hope is that however YouTube evolves for me in the future, content creation, is that I can stay as a content creator until I retire. Not just retire from content creation to do something else, but like forever life retire from job. But yeah, no, I'm very thankful to do what I do and have the job that I have and all that. I'm very, very thankful for it. It's a lot of work. It's a very, very difficult job. There's a lot of things that go into it, but I really love what I got to do. It's one of those things where even though the job, like what I'm doing can be difficult, there can be a lot of hard days, there can be a lot of stuff. I was talking with my wife about a while ago, and I was like, no, I can very confidently say that like every day I wake up and start working and going on doing whatever I'm doing, I genuinely enjoy the idea of getting into working and doing the next project, making the next video, whatever it might be. There can obviously be stress with that of trying to keep up with the YouTube game and all that, but if I could somehow turn it into a career where I'm literally just like yapping on the internet and not really worrying about all of it and just mostly making Minecraft builds and doing all those things, which like I do enjoy the process of making videos, so I enjoy all of that stuff too. I enjoy seeing that finished project coming together. But yeah, YouTube must be worth it if you believe you have a chance to retire one day. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where there's infinite growth potential on YouTube, and with that, I am 1.8 million subscribers on YouTube. I am one of the lucky people in the content creation space who has broken through that barrier in order to get to a point where I can fund my bills and do all that stuff and still be able to put some away for retirement every year. And I've been doing that since I got into here. It's always been something that's been really, really important to me. It's something that my dad always used to preach a lot, was just don't push it off to doing for later. So it's something that I've always just been very, very on top of. And we live so under budget for what we do and things. So I'm very, I don't spend much. I'm very frugal is not the right word, because there's definitely some things where I'm like, yeah, this is worth it. But for the most part, like I'm very cautious about spending on anything big. But like I am also one of the content creators. Like I won't hide it at all. I don't like talking actual numbers because people on the internet are weird about it. But I am one of the content creators who is lucky enough to be at that income threshold where I'll if things keep like they're going right now, I have zero worries about any of it. Alex, thank you so much for the 5 gift memberships. I appreciate you. I think I saw you had the day off today. Hope your day is going well. Okay, we almost got our first line on one side, and we were up to there on the other, so we need to finish this. Frugal isn't not spending either. Yeah, true. I'm a fan of yours and your builds. I'm trying to learn building. I'm struggling with details and whatnot. Can you give me a tip or something to make my builds better? If you honestly want to get tips and things, go check out the creative live streams that I've done. We build a lot of structures from scratch to anything, but unless I'm like physically looking at what you're building, it's kind of hard to give tips, you know? Because they're all case-by-case basis. There's not just like one thing that can make a Minecraft build better. So if you are looking to learn how to build better, I'd say watching people building is a good way to do it. I mean, we are literally building here, so we're going to smooth this edge back here so it's not so abrupt into the water. Yeah, there was I think a good thing to like note on the content creator money thing. Did any of y'all watch Ludwig's Streamer University class that he did? They had that Streamer University a while ago. It's been a few weeks at this point, so probably not popping up on the algorithms anymore. But Ludwig did a class and with like a bunch of live streamers there, and he was talking, he basically his class concept was like, you're not gonna make it.
Thankfully I'm off work until Monday next week. It's our annual shutdown, and it's great cause I haven't caught a stream in a ridiculously long time.
I hope you enjoy the time off. That's awesome. But yeah, so Ludwig was talking about how a lot of the news media that you see referencing streamers and being like, get rich, be a streamer, you'll make so much money. He was like, yeah, that's when you talk about the top streamers, where Ludwig shared his earnings, and he's like the 7th highest in the world right now on Twitch, or 11th or something like that. And he was like, yeah, in the last month I got $2 million. And then he was like, but most of it was from sponsorships. And like, he broke down all of his revenue from ads to memberships to subs, Patreons, etc. and whatever. And then he got information from people who were so he put himself in the top 10, and then he got somebody who was 100, and then he got somebody who was top 1,000, and then he got somebody who's top 10,000. And the top 100 person was making like 10-15 grand a month, so like, you're doing great at that amount, like that's awesome. But then he went to the top 1,000 person, and they were barely in a year making 50 grand, I think it was, or 60. So like, some places that is a very, very good income, but when you go to a lot of places, like, that is kind of, when I was graduating from college, at least 50k was about what jobs were looking at. 30 to 50k, I think, at least in the industry I was going into when I got out of college. So if you'd have to be in the top 1,000 in the world as a content creator to be making that much on Twitch, of just like, that's your whole revenue spread. And then he went to the top 10,000 in the world, And that person was barely making $1,000 a month. Which, when you think about that as like a part-time job, something fun that you're doing on the side, that's a great hobby. An extra grand a month off of a hobby, absolutely fantastic. But when you think of that in terms of a full-time job, which is what that person was doing it as, they were living at home with their parents, and they were living off of 12 grand a year. And the only way they were able to do that was by moving back with their family. Granted, income around the world is very different. 12K US in some places, you're living really, really well. 12K in the US, not many places you're going to be able to really fund your life. At least not putting anything away outside on top of it. But yeah, it was interesting to like see all those numbers and everything. And then going back to, like, without sharing too much from my side, because I don't want to get into it too much, but I fall in that like under top 1,000 bracket. I would say I'm in like I'm somewhere in that range. But then I also have YouTube and all those things outside of it. And if you remember the Twitch leaks that came out quite a few years ago, where their entire earnings got leaked and everything, this is all public information, you can go find it. But I was the 4,007th largest most paid streamer in the world back in like 2018, 2019. So like I'm very much in a comfortable position for myself to be able to do this as a career and be able to retire off of it eventually. But there's a lot of people. The reason why I'm sharing this is there's so many people, and I've had a few friends from college reach out to me and be like, hey man, I'm gonna quit my job and become a full-time streamer because I see how much money it makes. Can you help give me some advice on how to make it work? And then they share their Twitch and whatnot, and I tell them, share your analytics with me, show me everything, like let's talk about it, let's see if this is like financially possible, like what are we looking at? And then they average 5 viewers, and they're like, yep, I'm gonna quit my job and do this. And I've had to have so many of those hard conversations with friends that I'm just like, don't, please don't. Like, you're going to regret this so much. And unfortunately, a few of them have not taken the advice, and they just got to learn on themselves. And there's one of them who I still see that has since moved back with his parents. I still follow him on Twitch. I don't tune in all that often, but I do see that it's been 4 years of him trying to go full-time on Twitch, and he streams about 30 to 40 hours a week, and he averages 11 viewers, and you're not making much off of that. So all I would say, if you are interested in the content creation things and all those sides, just, I don't know even how I got on this topic, but it's one of those where you can't really pick it as being a job for you. You can definitely do things that can get you into a position where it's gonna be more of a possibility, but please, for your own future self, don't just like willy-nilly jump into it and be like, yep, I'm gonna make this happen. When's the next video of the festival series? Tomorrow.
Pleased to meet you.
Good to see this bit of the world get love. Heart emoji. Heart
Yeah, we're
emoji.
trying.
Heart emoji.
Jembrio, thank you so much for 25 months. As somebody who averages 20 viewers, you make like $3 a stream off ads on average. That was not a good idea. Yeah, no, they were very much like, well, I already make like $20 every time I stream for 2 hours in a day. And so their logic was, if I move it to streaming 8 hours in a day, that's going to turn into $100 a day. And now I stream 7 days a week while I'm still growing. I'll grow faster because I'm streaming that much. And then it just kind of kept growing to being like more hours. Because streaming is also not one of those things where streaming more does not equal more revenue. That's one of those things that a lot of people don't understand. Yes, it does in terms of ad revenue, but in terms of most of the revenue for streamers comes from memberships and support from viewers until you get to that very, very high-end Ludwig bracket, where then most of your revenue actually is going to come from advertisements and sponsor deals. I'm kind of in like the lower threshold where sponsor deals start to add impact, which is why you've probably seen more of them appearing into videos and things. That's just helps me put more effort into each video that I upload, and I don't even do a sponsor every single video. It's like one in every, I'd say we're like one every 3 on average for this year. Anyways, yeah, it's a weird one. It's a very, very weird job to have, but if you can figure out how to make it work, it is an extremely rewarding job, and I do love it. I have a friend who used to stream like 10 hours a day and never actually did anything to increase views or follows. Yeah, a lot of people just think if you're streaming live, eventually people are going to come into your stream and they're just going to start watching you. And that worked about 10 years ago. That worked when I was starting. But now it's so saturated that in last month, I need to go grab some stone. Last month on Twitch, I believe there was something like 4.8 million unique channels went live on Twitch in the last month. And if you think about, you are one of 4.8 million, and it was something like the stat was, it was over 2.7 million of them never had more than 1 viewer. Like, which is a really sad stat to think about. And then it was also of that, it was well over 2 million of those accounts never went live a second time, which is also crazy to think about, just in terms of like, people are like, oh, I'm gonna give it a shot once, and then they and then they were like, nope, hate it, didn't get any viewers, I'm never doing this again. I want to get some gravel just so we can have some extra. Do you think it is worth streaming as a teenager in school? If you well, technically to live stream, you can check on this, because when I got started you had to be 18 to stream. I don't know what the terms say now. The only thing, well, not the only thing, the biggest thing I will say, because there's definitely people under 18 who are streaming, so I'm probably wrong on that, but the biggest thing I will say for anybody who wants to get into streaming, I don't care what age you are,
I make $21
don't commit
per
to
hour,
it.
so $20 for a 2-hour stream is half of what I make in a week. This is why I've never quit my job to be a YouTuber.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I get you, Alex. Thank you for the donut. I appreciate it. Yeah, the biggest thing I'll say, if you want to be a content creator, don't put all your eggs in one basket, is the saying. Which in terms, the way I would translate it to the YouTube side is, don't miss out on opportunities because you want to try and make streaming a thing. That's the biggest recommendation I can give for anybody out there who's doing any of this stuff, is don't miss out on opportunities in life because you want to try and stream. There's some things where, for like me, it has paid off in certain areas and I've been very lucky, but there's also been a lot of things like life events and stuff and family get-togethers that I've skipped because I had to make a video or something like that when it was still a hobby and not a job. And I got very lucky because that stuff worked out for me. But that's also something where a lot of people will do that for hours and hours, or they will stream every Christmas or every Thanksgiving or whatever holiday is important to you and your family. And then there's a lot of people who are like, no, I'm going to stream during this so that I can maximize viewers because other people won't be alive. And people are missing family get-togethers and hangouts with friends and stuff because they're streaming every night. Or there's a lot of people who start to stream and then they say, okay, well, if I'm playing video games, I have to be streaming because otherwise I'm not playing games. And then there's a lot of people who actually lose friends because of it, because you might be streaming as it being your thing, but if you got some friends that you don't really play games with, they don't want to be on your stream. They don't want to be there, because then they have to feel like, they might feel awkward about being in an environment where you're streaming or you're like talking to chat when they just wanted to hang out with you and be with their buddies and all that sort of stuff. And so the biggest thing I can recommend for anybody trying to get into streaming, content creation, whatever it is don't let it take over your life. That's like the biggest thing. Don't skip the opportunities that if it doesn't work out and you get like 3 years in and you're like, ooh, I don't want to stream anymore. Like, there could have been a lot of things that you could have missed out on that you can't really get that time back. So that's like my big recommendation for anybody who's trying to give it a shot. I recently had to tell a friend I don't want to be in streams, and we have not gamed since. Yeah. Like, I have a few friends who I know if I was like, hey, I want to check out this game. Do you mind if I stream while we play it? I have a few friends that I know would be like, yeah, sure, whatever, I'll hang out. I also have a few friends that I know if I were to say that to, they'd be like, no. But I also know that I have a few friends that there's been times where I've been like, hey, I want to check out this game. Granted, I don't stream many non-Minecraft things. Or it's been hey, I want to check out this game and I think it could be really fun to play, but I need somebody to play it with. And none of my content creator friends want to play it on stream. If I buy it for you, would you be interested in playing? And that's something where it's very much like I have the I have more of the ability as a streamer who has made it to have those funds to purchase games and things, and then that's part of just market research to see. Even just regular work, don't work Christmas because your boss tells you to. I would say there's some times where it can be worth it, but if you're not getting overtime, definitely you ain't getting me working on a holiday. I had to work Christmas Eve one year when I still worked at Xbox. And that was like, I used to work at Xbox and managed a lot of servers. So I was in charge of Call of Duty and FIFA and those things. So I had a lot of the big ticket servers, basically making sure that they were alive. And oh my gosh, working Christmas Eve with a FIFA game that released like the week before or something like that was a terrible experience. And then we also had a snowstorm that our operations center lost power. So we all had to drive home and continue working while we were from home. And I was working night shifts at the time. And so I get home, and at the time I lived in a studio apartment with my now wife. And so I'm over there in the corner of the studio apartment, just trying to be so quiet to not wake her up so she can actually sleep. Yeah, it was rough. You worked at, yeah, I worked at Xbox for a few years. No, actually I worked at Xbox for like 10 months. It was terrible. I wasn't like a developer. I was working in the support database and like server management side, and I would never recommend that to anybody. Remember that time? Yeah. Yeah, Thomas was around back then. I'm pretty sure, honestly, we might have still been playing on Duconia back then. Crazy lore drop. I've mentioned that before. Oh, goodbye, sand. Yeah, before I got into YouTube, as like turning into my job, I did database management and like a lot of technical support, like ITE stuff. Just jumped around the Seattle tech world for a few years, and then YouTube kicked off enough to where I transferred here. No. Quit my job and started playing video games for a living. It was great. Would recommend. If the video games pay for themselves first. What did I go to school for? I have a degree in computer science and I have a degree in business human resources. But the degree that got me the job there was definitely the computer science. I'm gonna change the silk touch shovel just so I can break this gravel and not lose it. Let's change this little spot here to some gravel. Actually, I want to put that back. Both my parents work in the service industry, and so do I now. And every year my dad has to work on Christmas. For my mom, it's always a gamble. And a small getter was really sad not to have him. Oh yeah, no, I get that, dude. It's not fun when there's like this time where all of media tells you this is the time to be together, and then you're like, why can't we? And you're like, oh, okay. No, it sucks. I've had a lot of family members that have had jobs where they are like either on the road or on trips for things. So we always grew up, did like we were big on birthday months, and that definitely made it a lot more fun in terms of like there'll be a time where it's like a birthday or like a holiday celebration. Like I think I mentioned last year, but with some of my family, we were so busy with people doing different things, different travels, trips, and all that stuff. And I have a very extended family at this point with a lot of step siblings and blah blah blahs, and love them all. And we did Christmas, I think January 25th last year.
Pleased to meet you.
we just met up at a restaurant in downtown and brought all of our Christmas gifts and just did a little Christmas in the middle. And our waiter was like, what are you guys doing? We're like, yeah, we haven't had a chance to meet up yet. And they were just like, oh my god, I love that, have fun. So I think it takes a while to be like, wait, no, we can just do this on a random day, but it was fun. All right, we need to get rid of a lot of this sand along the edges. This is going to turn into some stone. I only have 3 pieces of stone left. Not that much stone then. What are we doing? We're working on the river right now. It's taking a wee bit longer than I thought it would, but we'll see if we can. I want to get all of the mud along the edges and then at least 2 blocks down into the water, and then we're going to come back and start detailing. And then if we have extra time after that, we'll figure out how much we can do with all of the other goodies. Birthday month. No, we didn't like celebrate every day for a month. It just meant some point in time during that month we would have a birthday party. No. I wasn't getting birthday gifts every day for a whole month. I mean, I wish, but no. That looks decent. Same word. We need to get rid of that sand over there. I'd love to see a decorated pond on the modded series from you. There's hardly any builders on the modded scene. It sucks. There's so much potential not being used. Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. I don't know if like very lush pond is very much gonna fit the aesthetic that I'm going for in that current plan for the modded area, but we'll see.
Today is my 23.
Carl!
Birthday fWhip.
Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one today. I just gave me a sniffles. I'm so excited for your birthday. I'm just kidding. Happy birthday, though. You're almost old enough to rent a car. Congratulations. You've almost reached full adult. And then next up, renting a hotel room. What's the fastest way to get that much mud? Destroy a mangrove swamp. No, I am unfortunately not kidding. I'm a little worried that we don't have enough mud. I did bring the mangrove roots, and I did bring coarse dirt, so we can start mixing this in.
Keep it real.
That's wonderful that you can have such an adorable birthday get-together. I wish that for everyone that they can have such nice moments with friends like that. Also, the river looks great so far.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate the dono. Yeah. Nothing's stopping you from starting a new tradition, right? Renting a hotel room, it's not age 18. Not in the US. You gotta be 24. I went on a road trip in high school with one of my buddies. We randomly had, what is it, midwinter break? It's that random week off that you have in like February in some school systems. He and I went to different schools, but randomly our breaks lined up to the same time throughout a year. And so we decided with like maybe a week notice to do a road trip. And it was a really fun road trip. It was a great time. But we drove from Seattle to San Diego in a day. I would never recommend anybody does that ever. It was terrible. But everything else from there was great. Because then we did that. We stayed in San Diego for a few days, visited my brother because he was down there for school. And then we went out to the Grand Canyon and we camped there for a while. Then we went up Salt Lake. Then we went up to Vegas, I think. And then we went up to Salt Lake City, and then we came back. And the only place that we like, and trying to get hotel rooms in each of those places, we had to get my mom to be on the phone with us as we checked into the hotel, because both of us were over 18, but the hotel room had to be booked by somebody who's at least 24. So we had my mom on the phone as we're walking in, and the only one that gave us like a lot of trouble was the hotel in Vegas. They were like, no, we're not gonna let this happen. And we're like, we've already paid for the room, please just let us stay here. Like, we've been on the road for so long, we just want to shower, and like, we're just gonna, it's already like 1 a.m, we're literally just gonna shower, go to sleep, wake up, and leave. Like, we're not even gonna have any fun in Vegas. Like, we're 18, we can't do anything here anyways. How long of a drive is that? Seattle to San Diego in a single day, I think, is about 20. I think it took us 22 hours, if I remember right. It's above 20. It's a wee bit of a trek. Okay, we need to just start mudding the edge here, I think. There's a few more bits of sand that need to be cleaned up. That can all just be more mud. Yeah, okay.
Keep it real.
Like the stream, guys.
Vegas is Vegas, and I feel like Vegas also not that fun anymore. Not that I've actually never done like a full like Vegas woo type of trip, but I have a few friends who are more interested in that side of things than I am, and they're all like, yeah, it's not fun anymore, it's too expensive. I'm like, uh-huh. Like, thank you for doing that research for me, because I never will. It's weird, but I'm fairly certain I booked and stayed at a hotel when I was 18 and didn't need either of my parents to be there. Maybe it's like a certain areas in the US thing, but I definitely know it's a thing. Okay, so I'm thinking here we take this marsh back at this layer all the way to the edge. But in some areas we leave some of the grass as if it's stayed enough to grow. So like this patch can stay in there. And that can help us keep a bit of our mud supplies down. I wish I could replace it underneath this tall grass that we have and not have to tear it all up, but oh well. I'm gonna be doing like, or just like a round 1 today. Oh, but we could also just fill this with some water. Sure. Your favorite song? I feel like one of my... I don't know if I... It depends on the mood I'm in. I really love Mr. Blue Sky. It's just such a classic. And then I also really like Heat Waves by Glass Animals. That's also another one that every time it comes on, I'm like, yeah, this is really good. Okay, let's just take all of this. You just got Minecraft for yourself? I'm so excited for you. Have so much fun. I'm just kind of randomly placing all this stuff in. As long as it doesn't look like a pattern, I'm happy. Honestly, this could be some more water here. Is there any fellow nerds that have been watching the World of Warcraft stuff going on?
Is there a hardcore or SMP video tomorrow?
SMP will be out tomorrow. Yeah, SMP tomorrow. And then Matcha Minecraft will be out next week. And then hopefully a hardcore video. I'm trying to balance and see what I can do with... I don't really want to be like full just alternate, like back and forth on all of it. Because I have a hard time with that, but right now it's kind of looking like an alternating back and forth thing. So I'm just going to leave it at that for a bit and see where it goes. You know what? Now that we're not doing the gravel, I'm going to go get that other shovel back. Black pizza, blackberry ginger ale, live stream. Life is good. Nice. Because all this dirt we could just use. We'll need it underwater anyways. I guess it was the new season of WoW recently. Yeah, I haven't been playing, but it's Race for World first time, and that's my full WoW experience that I get every single time. And then I never need to play it. And it's lovely. Ooh, a little bit back in here could be really sick. Like wrapping around the rock. Really stanky. Matcha Minecraft. Yeah, it's a new data pack that came out a few weeks ago. It's pretty cool. It's like redefines the entire way survival's played. And I've been playing through it with my friend Bars. We've been having a pretty good time. Nope, I need that back. YouTube friends, do me a solid and click the like button. I appreciate it a lot. It helps me out a ton. So thank you everybody for doing that. We are in the dark times of back to schools. So I appreciate all y'all's support. gonna fill this in here because I don't think this needs to be 2 blocks thick or more than a single block deep. That's the word I was looking for. I'm using the dirt so we can run around with our bottle in a bit and just cover it. I don't want to deal with that yet. I just wanted that back section done. Yep, that's all the dirt I had there. I was trying to think of what to do on this next hardcore video. And obviously I figured it out because we're over here. But I was so being like, do I do the city harbor? I feel like I have to do the city harbor next. I'm not ready to do the city harbor. Hey, Moss, how we doing? Welcome on in. So thankfully, I found something other than the city harbor to do. I did finish another 2 buildings in the city harbor in the creative copy. So I've been working on that still a bit. I'm just kind of trudging through it as I'm getting inspiration for a building or just getting the itch to want to just make something in Path. I'm doing that. I feel like I'm gonna have like a midlife crisis or something, if you could even call it that. When Path is actually done, I'm gonna be like, well, now what do I do? That was my spot where if I didn't know what to do, I would go and do stuff there. And now I don't know what... I don't have that. Just kidding. There's gonna be a billion interiors to do. I have years before that happens. So yeah, it will be a true midlife crisis. I have a mountain I need to build in my world, but I have nowhere enough wool for it. Make one of thems. There's like 15 sheep of a single color of wool in there. Churns. There's also that new sheep farm that like uses bone meal that like produces crazy amounts of wool. You like Dr. Pepper? Dr. Pepper's pretty yummy. I try not to drink too much soda, but I will say I feel like I've fallen back on that habit recently. My soda intake has went up. But yeah, I would say of the colas, Dr. Pepper is my favorite. Empty nest syndrome for completing a build. I guess so, yeah. This thing I put all my energy towards is no longer here. What do I do with my life? Honestly, real. Okay, we're almost done with this ledge. I think back in here we open up for some water. We still got plenty. Have you seen that you're able to put moss on top of water? It's such a neat trick for ponds. I have seen people do that. Yeah, where you have to put like a mangrove root or a leaf underneath it, and then you place the moss and then you break it, right? Is that the one you're
Keep it
referring to?
real.
fWhip, please make an ancient Greek-inspired build. I think it would fit quite well near the Mediterranean-style village. Folded hands emoji.
Ilya, thank you for the donut, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been wanting to do some Greek stuff. I have plans to do like a Greek Isle, which I think could be fun, and we'd have some ancient Greek like looking temples and fun stuffs out there, but I just haven't jump started on it yet. Haven't found the inspo. Or I have the inspo. I haven't found the drive to do it, I should say. But yeah, eventually there already are plans. The plan is there's a big island here that like stretches almost across the entire ocean. I kind of want to landscape it and divide it into multiple islands. So somebody stop me. But I think it could be really cool to do like a stretch of islands that'll be where all the Greek stuff.
Keep it real.
Have you plans to expand the Tuscan village next to the grass farm?
Yeah, I want to do that for sure. I want to turn that into much more of a big farming area. Surprise, surprise. We just again need to get out there. I'm trying to finish Path. Be honest, I actually am trying to finish it as much as I possibly can. And then once Path is like done, then I want to start tackling those areas a lot more. The thing that's been holding me back very much is the I don't want to feel like I'm 95% of the way through Path and then I just stop working on it. I think that if I did that, I would never pick it back up again because I know my brain would get very just in the weeds about it, of being like, well, it's already been so long since I've done it, blah, 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 blah. Like, I gotta go do new stuff. So I'm trying to be very conscious of how I know my brain works and very much cater towards that in terms of, okay, I need to finish Path. We can have some areas and one-off episodes where we jump out to do other things, or we spend a little bit of time working on ongoing projects that are older, aka New Papyrus and Tough Haul. But the Mediterranean one and all those things, I feel like are on hold until I can get Path done. It's like part of me also has been really wanting to build a train recently. I don't want to. The problem is if I feel like if I introduce trains into the world, I then need to make sense as to why trains don't exist everywhere in the world. And that's scary because that's a lot. Or I'd figure out how to make trains go to places. But like, I don't like trains existing here, but I thought it'd be fun to like have like a train tracker. Oh, you want to see how far I had to go to find my first whatchamacallit? Sulfur cave. I went all the way down here, explored all the way around here. I went all the way over here. I finally found one there. It's took me so long. Anyways, I thought like down here could be kind of fun to do like some trains and things. Maybe not all the way there because that's really, really far. But I've been wanting to do this as like an Asian inspired space, and I thought some trains like jumping over these little rivers that they have could be kind of cool. Dwarf patented trains. True. I mean, there is part of me that really wants to make a deep run tram for any other fellow WoW nerds. Again, WoW nerds unite. I don't play WoW anymore because otherwise I would not be productive at all in work or life. But I do love the world that it was created. Hey, Stam, how we doing? Where's Spawn? World spawn is literally right here. So right there is spawn. There's Path, there's Tough Hall, there's New Papyrus. Those are kind of their big 3 cities that we have so far. The big 3. Xeno, welcome on in. How we doing? Okay, our river's starting to look much better. Is this build you were teasing? And bus stop, yeah. Well, it's going up there, but yeah. I was racking my brain trying to figure out where it was. I have not played Minecraft in well over a week. It feels weird. Oof. Yeah, I logged back into this world for the first time this morning, and I was still sitting outside of New Papyrus with like all the shulker boxes from that project just in my inventory. And I was like, has it been that long? I mean, it's been since I logged into this world because I've been doing other things. But yeah, you gotta go be all smirt and stuff. So far I've been doing a lot of running around campus doing activities and drinking adult beverages.
I thought a falcon. IYKYK.
Not a falcon? Miss me on that one.
Keep it real.
A train station that goes back and forth between the 3 major cities could help make sense of why it exists in the world. Maybe it's the beginning of the industrial age in your world.
That's what I was thinking. And then I'm having a hard time figuring out where I would park. Basically, the big thing holding me back right now is Path is so established that I don't know where I would have the train depot come into, because Path is extremely established, and the big and is it's completely surrounded by mountains. So there's not quite a space where we could just like have a train just go right along the edge and expand the city a little. Like, I mean, maybe up there, but I feel like that, because then where would it go? It'd have to go instantly like dive underground. So we could have like a train station outside the city, but then that doesn't really make much sense. I don't really tear anything out to make space for it. That's a good real world reason for not having a train station as well. Well, real world reason, they would say, sorry, y'all, we got to demolish this neighborhood to make space for a train. Hope you understand. But me, I don't want to take the time to do that. I don't want to destroy my builds. I like my builds. I can move the people out, but there's not many houses I can repurpose to look like a train station. It's the buildings. I put effort into those. Flying pigs. True. Are you the one who I told to make the lore of the pigs taking over somebody's world. I think that was somebody else. You're probably like, what are you talking about? I'd be honest, I don't really like the idea of trains. Yeah, I've just seen so many people make some really cool train designs recently that I really want to try making one. That's the whole reason. That's the whole reason. And a little spoiler for tomorrow's video. You can see I made a Subway. Not the eat fresh type. Clements, thank you so much for becoming a supporter.
What do you think about an underground train station and tunnels that go through the mountains?
So that's actually the big thing I have thought about is I think I talked about it. I ended up not making an entrance. The original plan was for an entrance to be like right in here. But having the Deep Run Tram, which is an underground tram system in World of Warcraft, having that extend from here, going down that way, connecting into the underground dwarven village there, the original villager trading hall, and then extending a straight line that brings it all the way over here into Tough Hall. So that's like one of the things I want to do, but that's also one of those things that I'm like, it would just be a minecart, like realistically, for what I would be riding in, and I would never use it. It would purely be just to know that it exists, because it'd be underground the entire way, so you wouldn't see it. I don't need the stone for anything, so there's no reason for me to make the thing other than visually, not even visually, because I'd never go and look at it because it'd be slower than any other form of transportation. But like, it would literally just be the idea that it exists. To me is cool as like another way to connect the cities. Train in the Nether. I have thought about doing some form of trains in the cyberpunk city, so maybe I just push it there. I want to get back to doing the cyberpunk city stuff soon. I want to do, well, what was that voice crack? Hello. Hi, I'm 12. I want to do a monorail system in the cyberpunk city. I feel like cyberpunk monorails are a big thing. Speaking of which, cyberpunk, did anybody see that new life sim game that's coming out about running a restaurant in a cyberpunk city? I'm blanking on the name of it, but I saw a video for it yesterday that's like coming out soon. Looks kind of cool. That's all the information you get. I have no further information. But the goal is, all right, I have a little bit more. So maybe you basically just start as a restaurant owner and you try and upgrade your restaurant and live in a cyberpunk city. And really love the idea of a monorail / train system in cyberpunk city. Yeah, so maybe we go with that. Gonna steal Bars's thing. No, he's got his weird little wasteland on the roof. I ain't coming for that. Sounds like fWhip needs to start a create mod world. Create mod is too much effort. It's so annoying being in your crafting inventory forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. See, what I need is Stam to just be there as my inventory system. And I say, Stam, I need to make this thing. How do I make this spin in that direction? Stam, do. And then he can just be like, okay, here you go. Boop, 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 boop. And it works. And then I can save all the time ever. We spinning. Yeah, all I need is things to spin. And then sometimes things to move. So if we can make that happen, then we're in. I'm pretty sure you know how to do both. Just say we really loudly. What do you think? I'm a little pig or something on the way to the market? Mm-mm. We can do more water back here. No, we build machines to craft the stuff. Yeah, but you have to craft the stuff to build the machine. So how long until we get the AI machines that make the AIs, and then you don't have to do the thing anymore? I mean, the robots are already Olympians. What else? What more do they need before they just start making themselves? When you finish the city path as a whole, would you consider starting another city similar to its scale? Eventually, yeah. But that as a whole includes interiors, which potentially Friday, unless something comes up with Festival streaming on Friday. I am planning to kick off another interior because it's been forever since we've done one, and I'm starting to feel bad. Only slightly, but I do feel kind of bad. Basically called me a storage donkey. I mean, you're the one who said it. I didn't say it. Ow, 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 ow. Is that all the mudding done? Please? No, still have right there.
Keep it real.
How about an old hidden smuggle route with mine carts that was used at the time of the Prohibition? It can be used for any kind of prohibition. Small drip leaf or cherry blossom saplings, perhaps?
Prohibition on small drip leaf. That's a really funny concept. That's great for a server. That'd be a really, really funny thing for a server. Will the next city be in the same style? No. No, I think I want to make a true town next. That's like a... Yeah, that's good on all the muddage above water. So I kind of called this a town, but I feel like this to this is a big scale. So I want to do probably like a half a path will be a town. And I don't know if that'll fall in like a medieval category or what. I have talked about building this as like a big shipyard somewhere out here, of like this area turns into a big, like big shipyard. It's like a lot of shipping stuff, and then like multiple rows of houses up above to support the industry there. So that's a thought. We still need to build a big monument there. Tough Hall very much needs to expand. This will probably be more town plus sized. I don't really want to put a town or anything up here. I like the town here because it visually will be like blocked from the mountain, so you can't see the city and the town. But then it would kind of be right in line with where I plan to put the Greek area, so that's a little close. So maybe Greek area. I don't really want to put it in the desert because I want it to look lush, and so I don't want it to be dried over. But so I need non-desert biome for it. We could transfer the Greek area up like here or something, because that would just be north of the Mediterranean area that we have, so it's kind of in line. But it is a swamp, so that'd be a little weird. But it is plains and forests and savanna, and I don't know. I was exploring up here recently just for funsies. I was just flapping around for a bit. Wind charge player launcher? We actually have one in the world. The problem with them is that I have to take off my pants in order to use it, and I don't like taking off my pants. But you need to get rid of... You can't have blast protection on any of your gear in order to get launched by a wind charge. So, and I don't want to take my pants off. Why don't you make tutorial videos to make the builds in your city or something like that? Because I really love your build style and like to build your houses. I've made a lot of tutorials in the past and nobody watched them, so I stopped. Now we gotta do this. Isn't this fun? Stam, are you sure you want to leave? We do more solar punk? Yeah, I really want to do more solar punk stuff. I love solar punk architecture. I also really like the diesel punk that we're doing in Bus Stop SMP, so maybe we'll bring some of that back eventually. How many years you are on the word? I'm assuming you mean how many years you in the world? We'll be 5 years in November. I'll turn it down. What is it? It's blocks, right? Nope. Is it player? It's not. I mean, we've gotten like half of it. Is it UI? What sound controls this? Is it... Why is that friendly mobs? Does bottle use? Yeah, bottle usage gets tracked. Bottles are friendly. I don't know about that. They're friendly until they're not. On the tutorial issue, maybe instead of a step-by-step, just explain the elements of the build. Yeah, I've tried those types in the past, and that's like what's worked the best. But I'll be honest, the flip side of it is that I don't enjoy making them anyways. It always, when I did tutorials in the past, it felt like videos that I had to do, not so much videos that I wanted to do.
Keep it real.
I guess the genie from Aladdin got creative, lol.
If they don't know, I'm missing the reference, I'll be honest. Five years, that means you're 15 when you start watching. You start watching it, this series kicking off. Well, obviously you more statues. You do more statues as well, like fox statues scattered around a path, like the Ghost of Tsushima. I actually am trying to come up with a statue design for my next video. I don't know if I'm gonna do it justice or if I'm gonna like, reach out to somebody to help me out, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure bottle gets tracked. Times used. Yep. 69,000 bottle-ins. Streams are kind of like tutorials. Yeah. Missed a block. It's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's a garbage truck driving by and it's not garbage day. I'm so confused. Mountain looks pretty in front of the sunrise. Yeah, I need to figure out, there's like, you can see the issue with the fog over there. You need to figure out what's causing that. It's something with Voxy. This kind of tedious. Oh, yeah. But it looks so much better when it's done. We're only going to do the top 2 layers. We're also doing a pretty large section. But we are... I know I left some... I'm going to leave all the gravel. So we'll tear out the sand, but we'll leave the gravel.
Keep it real.
The genie is a friendly mob in a bottle. FYI.
Keep it real.
Okay, I can't believe I'm using a super chat for this, but garbage trucks go around my neighborhood when it's not garbage day so much and it's so loud.
Like, I just need to scream into the void for a second. Let me say this. Thank you for the done up from you both. I appreciate it. Wish you could also turn sand into dirt. I think could potentially be the only Minecrafter that wants to turn sand into something else instead of something into sand. Renewable forms of sand is like one of the most asked for features in Minecraft. That would be hilarious for the memes, purely for the memes. If Mojang was like, you know what? If you can pack sand, you could turn it into gravel. That would be hilarious. I'm here for that level of absurdity. We'll turn music up because Minecraft sounds are so down. No, that's not that's a big bottle. That's a bucket. All right. Thoughts on only doing the north half of the river? And then we spam some leaves around. Sounds like a good idea. Okay. I got one yes, so we're doing it. Automatically, that means everybody agrees. Okay. Another river. Hey, Sarah, how are we doing? Leaves and trees? I don't know if we'll get to trees today, but I would like to get leaves.
Keep it real.
No, we want you to be deprived of energy, JK.
Okay, fine. Doing the boring stuff. We'll keep placing this block instead of the other block. Fine. If I have to. Honestly, it's really going to come down to how many azalea leaves we have. As in every parasocial relationship, I automatically agree with you. Thank you. Glad we can be in this together. Let's try more bog placing. Okay, I'm sorry. I was impressed how good you are at foliage. You always make it look very natural. Yes, I spam with the correct proportions of spam. Very, very technical about it. Yeah, I guess there's like some innate like balance going on in my brain of how I'm doing things. And I very much work in blobs more so than just like fill entire spaces. But yeah, I really enjoy making the foliage and everything. It's fun, but I really feel like I do just like spam things around. I'm like, yeah, that looks good. I don't want that to fall, so we're just gonna fill it in like that.
Keep it real.
Nah sir, you're, insert Mr. Burns, excellent at foliage. Make the river shine with some green.
My best. Future fWhip won't be happy, never is. Future fWhip hates me. But that past fWhip, man, ugh, hate that guy. No, I'm thinking we do this, we get like at least the leaves in on this side and then see how long that takes us, because we are almost 2 hours on a stream today. And I do have a cutoff today, so I can't be streaming forevers. Mojang needs a mud make tool. Yeah, it's a bottle. We're making mud with this. It's a tool. Just don't drink it. You can get at least like 3 diseases if you drink it. Where's this river? Path is over that way. There's the original Creeper Farm mountain. Ghast Farm and all that. Any plans around this area? There are. Might be doing something. Go sleep in a sec.
Pleased to meet you.
20 months, much love.
Yeah, thank you so very much for the 20 months. Appreciate you. Ooh, vague, but heck yeah. Yeah, we're working in this area for the next while. Well, at least next episode. Yeah, I really had planned like there to there, and that we could have done, but the fact that we've been doing all of there kind of tripled the size of this thing, so that's a little bit more than I had thought it would be. Alex, thank you so much for the 5 gift memberships. Again, I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the support today. Have we crossed 1,400 days yet? Nope, we are 1,300 or 13,960. 40 days to go. Why don't you build a mob switch in your world? I find if you're playing a hardcore Minecraft and you're building a mob switch in your world, you're basically just playing on peaceful mode. So, where's the fun in that? No, I don't want to play peaceful with extra steps. I really, I think, honestly, this is probably some people wouldn't like this take. I think mob switches shouldn't be able to work in hardcore. I don't know how Mojang would be able to make that happen. Maybe it just has to be 128 blocks around specifically the player, not just in loaded chunks. Probably could be abused for something to make some absurd farm, but yeah, I think mob, and that's me saying using a mob switch currently in my nether, but to make the city safe, at least in the perimeter of the city, and it's not even that effective. But yeah, no, I think mob switches should not work in hardcore Minecraft. If we're going so far as Mojang turned off the ability to enable cheats in hardcore Minecraft, which really didn't stop anything and didn't fix any amount of people cheating in the game, like we just need to go all the way and get rid of the things that actually can make it feel like you're never gonna die in the world. But then we all know people just download a mod that'll let it make it so that they can run their mob switch, and then they'll be continuing on their happy days. Mob switches would defeat the whole purpose of hardcore. Yeah, and somehow there's a lot of big hardcore Minecraft YouTubers that making a mob switch is one of the first things they did in their world. I think mob switches in hardcore is probably worse than the people who go back and use like the weird like not hacks, but like weird versions in order to get the insane OP armor and stuff. Like that type of stuff. I'm like, what are you even doing? Like the people who, there was that recent one that people found out how to get protection 5 on gear. And not only could you get protection 5 on your gear and here, but you could have it have protection 5, blast protection 5, projectile protection 5, and isn't there another one? Fire protection 5, all on a single piece of, on a single chest plate, and then you are on a single piece of gear, and then people could put it on every piece that they had. I'm like, what are you even doing at that point? Like, you can fight a piglin brute and you take 2 damage per hit, if
Keep
even.
it real.
A mob switch in
what?
hardcore equals to 50% cheating.
It's just one of those things where, like, if it's as much as I'm saying that, this is a rule for me. If you like playing with the mob switch in your hardcore world, do it. I don't care. It doesn't affect me at all. The only time that I care is when there's like content creators who are doing it and acting like they're like the most insanely talented hardcore Minecraft YouTuber ever. Would you say a mob switch or a warden switch is worse? Part of me wants to say a warden switch. Because then it makes ancient cities just completely safe. No, Kex, that actually didn't count as a mob switch because if a mob is holding an item, they're no longer in the mob cap. So that was just purely lagging my world with no benefit. What's a warden switch? Same as a mob switch, you just spawn like, I think it's 72 wardens in a space. You chunk load it, and then you get them attached to a sensor so that they don't despawn. And then the game just won't spawn any more wardens until those are gone. There's a cap to how many wardens can exist in a Minecraft world. As long as content creators are coming forward on what they do, don't use, I'm totally okay with it. Like, don't lie. Yeah, that's the big part. I think it's also there's a essence of like being okay with what you're doing, but then it's also how you present it, I think, is the part that more matters to me. Obviously I want people to not be lying at all when they're making content, but I feel like that's sometimes feels impossible to have reality. But I feel like the other flip side of it is like, even if you are being truthful about how like you're using the thing or whatever, but then the air about how you act after having it, I think can be it can also cause that deceit almost. Like one person who is a good example, who I don't mean this as any hate towards, I think they're a solid content creator, but SB737, he's somebody who very quickly, anytime any of those like, here's how to get ultra powerful and hardcore stuff comes out at all, he's very on top of doing all those things. Like, he's got a warden switch, he's got a mob switch, he's got the god armor, like multiple sets of the god armor, and then that new method came out for it and he got that. But like, SB also as a creator is somebody who just knows how to make videos that are going to be successful. Like, SB's a very, very talented creator, and I wonder how much they really care about like what they're doing in Minecraft. They're probably more making the videos because they're like, yeah, this is gonna get a lot of views, is my assumption. That's not based off of anything, that's just kind of the vibe I get from their videos. And so that can kind of come with that same realm, because I get a lot of people come in here and compare how I play the game to how SB does, and they're like, oh my gosh, he's so much more powerful than you are, his armor is so much better, and then they say therefore he's a better player than you are, and I'm like, no, it's just two very different ways of playing the game. Finding out Cube SMP had creative mode wrecked me. I have no idea what Cubed SMP is, but that's rough. Yeah, that's like another one where finding out SMPs that you're told are in survival and they're using creative behind the scenes, as long as they're not streaming or recording, they're able to use creative to either spawn things in or whatever. I mean, that's at least like B-Dubs back in the day with his Building with B-Dubs series. Back when I first started watching him almost 10 years ago now, he'd have full episodes in his Building with B-Dubs world where he would just play in creative because he was like, you know what? I don't want to work in survival today. I just want to build in creative and test out this stuff and experiment and have fun. And then we would go back to survival in the next video, and you're like, okay, like this, obviously we see this isn't fully legit creative or survival, but like he's at least upfront about it, and he's making a video literally showing him being like, yep, here I turned it in creative and now we're gonna build this thing. I'm like, I so appreciated that he was, and still do, that like just being that upfront about it and be like, yep, I don't care, about playing survival. I want to play creative today. Like, that's just a cool thing. I don't think you could really do that much anymore. And have like successful videos in the same way, but it's cool to be able to know that like there are even people back in the day that were like, yeah, I'm just doing this. Pillar of Nothing, thanks for the raid. Welcome on in, folks. We ever consider PvPing or joining a PvP server? I don't play Minecraft PvP, no. I also don't PvP much in any game. I get too sweaty about it. But I just don't enjoy Minecraft PvP. If there's a game that I were to get involved in the PvP community more so with, it wouldn't be Minecraft. Plus, everyone would target the hardcore guy. Yeah, I would have to definitely use an alt account. That's the other part of it. Like, I don't care to do that. And then it gets out that is you as the alt account. And it'd have to be something that I could like never stream, because the second I start streaming it is the second people start figuring out me as the alt or something like that.
Keep it real.
Good sir, a serious question about your world. You have been going at this series for a long time now. What is one highlight about your creative / hardcore that stayed with you since you started?
This world? I feel like this is the first world I started since I got like really in. Oh, we need to finish this line here. I'm not done yet. This is the world where I feel like season 2, I very much started to get very into the building scene. I always felt like I was a talented builder, but there's definitely a difference in me building and building with fWhip versus me building in like hardcore season 2. Like season 1 to season 2 I feel like has a very, very big change to it. But all that being said, I feel like season 3 is very much where I've started to really see Minecraft as the art form that it is when it comes to building. And that is something where you can really see me growing as a builder in just like turning Minecraft builds from just being a cool house into being an art piece throughout the course of this series. And I honestly think that's like my favorite part of it so far. I really love being able to just kind of see how much growth has happened for me, like being able to look back and like still living out of the same starter house that I had back in the day. If I were to design it now, I probably wouldn't build it as it is now, but I still love what it was. And so being able to have those connection points from past to present to all of the aboves is very cool. But thank you for the donut, Bart. I appreciate it. We're gonna get so much sand out of this. Good thing I just built a sand storage room. Rock Pixels, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing well today. What were y'all up to? We got Minecraft sounds turned down very far right now for anybody who's just jumping in because we are doing some bottling. So I will, as soon as we're done bottling, I'll crank that back up.
Pleased to meet you.
Surprise, surprise, you are digging a river.
Thank you for 31 months. Hope you're doing well today. I am consistent. What would I use for the ground foliage of a taiga forest? I mean, Podzol works really, really well because that is literally just natural. or just coarse dirts, and some put mossy sections and grass sections where sun comes through the
Keep it
canopy
real.
to hit the forest
Okie
floor.
dokie, folks, enjoy the rest of the stream. It's been real. Catch ya in the next stream, fWhip.
Alex, thank you for all the donuts today. You have a good one, all right? I really, really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your time off. Yeah, I feel like if I'm doing a taiga forest, I tend to be a little lazy on forest floor stuff, so a lot of times I just leave it as grass or moss. But I'm trying to up that. I feel like podzol can go very well in there, getting some
Pleased to meet you.
coarse dirts.
Will there be another build at the end of this river, or are you just terraforming for fun?
Fizzy, thank you for the 29 months. Appreciate you. There's a build up there that is in the works right now. I'm still planning it. And for the low price of 355 likes, I can show y'all what's happened so far with it. I'm a businessman. Okay, we're gonna take it to there. That is a decent stretch. Now we'll do that. Okay. Any tips or details around a lake? Fallen logs that have washed up on the shore. Honestly, just I would say, to be honest, whatever environment you're making the lake in, look up pictures IRL of lakes in those environments. If it's like a very forested or like plains into it, you probably want to have some realm of brush going. Oh, I'm out of dirt. Some realm of brush or bushes or something that form close to the water's edge, and then as you get farther away, it dithers away back into some grasses and ferns and just smaller bushes and things like that. And then from there, you just move further and further away, and you get back into like regular grass, and you can have some trees and everything. Just look up IRL pictures of the edges of lakes. Not everything's a manicured lawn going right down into the water. You drive a hard bargain. In this economy, I can't be selling it short. Those likes are worth good money. And it's free. Eventually, in probably like 2035, we'll come back and finish the mudding the base of this river. Had my liking when it was under 30. Oh, dang, Chuck. Sorry, rewatching your hardcore series on episode 44. Ooh, which episode was that? Where we... I think that's still like main region. I feel like Papyrus might have started by then. But still probably in this region. Hoping YouTube just give my like. It did my part. Thanks, guys. One sec.
Keep it real.
13 dislikes? How dare you? Like the stream, folks.
How dare they? No, that's fine. Little do dislikers know they're still interacting with the content, so it's actually better than not doing anything. No, Burb, if you've already pressed it once, then you're good. What's the next civilization after the desert and path? We'll probably work on Tough Hall, the Dwarven area. I want to expand the Mediterranean area. I really want to make an Asian inspired place. I was playing Assassin's Creed, whichever the one that has you in Japan is. Shadow? Is that Shadow? And I really... Assassin's Creed games are one of those where, to be honest, could give or take the gameplay after 3 hours. They're so flat. It's just not very interesting. But the worlds they create, the storylines also boring. They're also just meh storylines. But man, they do a great job of creating a world to explore. That just looks visually stunning. And so every time I play one of those games, I'm like, yep, add it to the list. So can those 13 dislikes get added to the total? Uh-uh. Do you prefer Twitch subs or YouTube membership? Whichever you would like to watch the stream on more, you should go there. I technically get more money off of YouTube membership, but it's not enough of like a sway one way or another for me to ask people to have a worse experience if they prefer one platform or the other. So wherever you prefer to watch, if you want to support on that platform, I greatly appreciate it. I feel so thirsty today. It was like I drank this whole thing already once today. I was reading a Discord thing. I got a ping. I got a ping. And to read it. Okay, that's enough of that. That's enough of that nonsense. We are next to the horse racetrack. Okay. Let's go see what leaves we have and grass and stuff. That's all gravel, but I'm thinking we just like focus on this bit here. Yeah, you guys got that, right? You think it'd be better for a new streamer to play Minecraft, a well-known game with tons of streamers, or play a niche game where less people are both streaming and watching it? I think as a streamer, you need to be making content that is genuine to what you want to be doing. Otherwise, you're not going to be doing it for long term. And also, if you long term want to be a Minecraft streamer and you grow through niche indie games that people barely ever watch, what's going to keep those people watching your channel when you eventually say, hey, I'm transferring to playing Minecraft? You know? Some string. So if you are trying to, I'll bring yellow. If you are trying to grow as a streamer, grow in whatever niche that you want to be in long term. And you can move throughout stuff later, but being a variety streamer, especially a smaller one, is a huge hindrance to be able to grow. That's not a lot of azalea leaves. We could probably just use oak leaves. I have so many of them. I really should get rid of some. Birch? No. Acacia, we have none. Jungle. Yeah, we're just gonna use oak too. Okay, we'll mix them. Lily pads. I'm gonna not bring my straw. My small drip leaf. Do I have a large drip leaf farm anywhere? Or do I just kind of like make it every time I need it? Well, I don't got much of there. Do I have a big drip leaf farm? Over here? No, like globberries and hanging roots. I don't think I do. Do I? No. It is in the area though. I get lost watching them, your builds, and just conversations great and the puns. Love them. Did I miss the first match today? But thank you. My girlfriend says hydrate or dihydrate. True. I think I'm gonna stand up though. Hello. My desk didn't want to work. Probably watch every single video in that world and still get lost every time you build something new. Yeah, I'm trying to do a better job of giving context of where we're going. Yeah, it's time for uppies. I never take from this side. I could have brought some bamboo. It's fine. The big drip leaf we can make. I kind of wish it was slightly easier to get small drip leaves. They're amongst the most rare foliage. No really easy way to collect them. The fact that small drip leaf bone meals into big drip leaf and there's no way to convert it back is the saddest thing ever. You can finally see the top shelf. Yeah, it's all the super secret stuff up there. Nah, there you go. There's my Murloc going murr, 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 murr. There's a baseball figure I got from going to a game. There's a Minecraft torch. There's a Wumpus. There's more of the... There's a page out of the Lord of the Rings book, and then there's a World of Warcraft thing. There you go. I should get a little bit of... Just a little bit of grass. Is Rocket Farm doing better? No, I'm actually... I really shouldn't be flying right now. I'm down to my like last stack and a half of rockets again. No, you take that back. You two make... Thank you. Give me the grass, little ones. Collect all the things for me, my little lay friends. The only times I've ever used a lays as intended. Pretty sure. Still, they don't help that much. Rocket Farm being broken is a good reason to have a train for backup. True. Now, I feel like instead of trains, we'll probably just leverage waterways. Waterways even more than I already do. We can have so many more boats in this world to show things being moved around. And I would like to eventually build out a canal. I think could be really cool. Or just force through something. Is it not designed to be an AFK spot? The rocket farm is supposed to work all the time. You're around it, right? Yeah. It's it works decently well if I'm in an AFK spot, but the problem is the AFK spot is not high enough currently to stop mob spawning on nearby hills, so it only works during the daytime. And even at that, then takes a little bit for the mobs to despawn, so it's not the best design. I really I could have done something way more efficient. One of these days, I'm gonna pull we're building an island in the middle of the ocean, and it's gonna be a creeper farm. There was also somebody on the last New Papyrus video that said, hey, in old Papyrus, you had the general mob farm for like every mob drop ever, and then you spawn proofed everything around New Papyrus. Like, you should do that again. And I was like, honestly, not a terrible idea. Because that would kind of solve it. Yeah, I saw that gunpowder farm. The millions of gunpowder per hour, using the portals and everything for it. I don't ever care to make anything that strong in my world. A big part of what I like to do as a creator in my videos is to show me using builds and things that I have used or made in the past. Come here. You two both back up there. All right. And when you get into the realm of those bajillions of whatevers per second type farms, you run it once and you never need to run it again. You should consider building like a citadel overlooking the city like there used to be in Barcelona. Oh, interesting. Where am I? I'm on the wrong river. I passed the river I was working on. Seen a hanging fish build a couple of days ago, but building one in Path's dock area. We have some hanging fish around. A lot of the ones that people make are like gigantic. I tend to not really like the look of them because they look so out of scale with everything else I'm making, so I tend to not really use many of those, but they're pretty cool. I have several farms I've only ran once or twice. Yeah, Ninja Kiwi, eventually I want to get back working on that. I just I don't really have a whole lot of direction for it yet, to be honest. Well, actually, the big part is that I had direction for it, and then I decided I didn't like the direction I was taking things, and then I wanted to redo it. And that's where I'm stuck right now. Okay, we're gonna just take this, that. The world height with you. Oh, it's breaking through the shadows. There's another Kiwi. I know, we have 2 people with Kiwi in their name. One's a ninja, though, so you don't see him too often. Oh, Ben, don't you worry. There's multiple cheese shops in Path right now. Oh, I forgot. I have the data pack that makes build height even higher. I was like, wow, this thing's really going up there. Oh, there we go. We hit it. Are we gonna make... No, it is gonna go all the way up. It's raining. It's raining big drip leaf. Oh my gosh. Wow. Mine. That's almost 4 stacks. That's fine. Alright, we're gonna try this and hope that it works. I'm not gonna do any of the land things yet. Boom, boom. And then I don't need bone meal for now, so we'll put that back. I'm not gonna be bone mealing any of this. But I'm hoping that we can do some, like... Like, I really want it to be extending out here far. I have my texture back on, right? I do. It's raining drip leaf. Hallelujah. If only it was small drip leaf. I think the azalea definitely looks better than the oak leaves. But I think with like a balance, we can use them both just to save time. Pizza for dinner. Enjoy. I don't know what we're doing for dinner tonight. I'm supposed to go get dinner figured out. I haven't done that yet. I don't pick up sushi, to be honest. I'm really trying to make this feel like that, like, flooded river vibe, but where, so the water's not moving super quick, which is why this is very much sticking far out here. Oh, didn't we get lily pads? They're in my inventory. I have so many lily pads after clearing out that swamp a while ago for the frog dudes. So much. Y'all showing off your ability to eat pizza. Ugh, rude. Not gonna lie, I can't remember when they added the ability to waterlog leaves. I'm so happy they did. It's really, really fun being able to use them as texturing like this along water edges. Like, remember when this just wasn't possible, or when people would do it and you'd see that open air around? Can you not eat pizza? I can't eat dairy. I'm dairy free, unfortunately. And dairy is a main component in a lot of pizzas. I have found some good dairy free cheese options. Or I'll just do a pizza with no cheese. But yeah, so I think that's kind of a cool vibe there. Oh, hello. Oh, weird. So we continue that. We bring that all the way back throughout this space and all the way around there. I think it's gonna be pretty sick. But before we go too far in, let me grab that grass. Sorry, Rogero, I don't give shoutouts to people I don't know. Oh. Now all that mud that we put in here is very important to then cover with green so it isn't quite as full of mud. And for flowers, just bone meal. Nah, I don't want flowers. At least not the flowers they're gonna be giving me. Put that back. I'll put that back too. But I want that and that. A little bit of sugar cane. Wow, I really hit like every block. I'm so sad that string is more visible now. Why? Why? Do they not know about this niche use case that builders use all the time? So the way that I do this now, I tend to do more like bunches of things. So instead of it being like tall grass, just even splattered everywhere, we skip a few sections. We come back, we add a few double tall ones. We skip over a little bit more. And then maybe just a few in there. So you get these kind of like patches in between where it's not quite as tall. It's really about like making that not look very uniform. I think it helps. Okay. That done. Do it all again. decent. Getting a little dark though. Maybe a broken ship. Nah, I don't. I mean, we could throw like a random Minecraft boat back here, like a little jungle boat or something could be kind of cute, but then we can come. Oh, we need to come back up above. A little bit more of these guys around. At least this time the river is already there. It's just changing it. I know. Yeah, last time we did all the mudding, we had to dig the river too. No, I ain't doing that again for a long time, probably. As much as I did say I wanted to dig a canal earlier, but I feel like that's a little bit less natural looking, so you don't have to dig as much. The one time you can thank fWhip, I know. Does something good for once. Not good for nothing. Except this one time he's good for something. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sore.
Keep it real.
Sorry, I'm stretching. Got caught in the stretch, you understand. Ugh. Silent, thank you for the raid. Hope you're doing good, my dude. Welcome on in. We missed it. Just hide it. Hide it with a leaf. Nobody will ever know. We're not gonna tell nobody, right? Right, chat? Welcome on in, y'all. How are we doing today? Welcome, 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 welcome. We're doing a little bit of spontaneous river decoration today, and we've been transforming this river edge over here. It used to be just full default, and we've just been tearing up all of the dirt and sand and everything and replacing it with mud, keeping the gravel in there. So I got rid of all the clay too, and we're just kind of extending it down, kind of looking what like a final product could be, just stretching through this portion. Tell who what? Exactly. 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 That's where this is? Yeah, the horse racetrack is literally right here. I gotta get back on my horse breeding game, dude. We're so close to the fastest horse in Minecraft. And honestly, we're even closer to the fastest. No, we're 0.001 off the fastest horse in Minecraft. And we're 0.02 off the fastest donkey in Minecraft. And then once we get both those, then we need to start breeding to get the fastest mule. But that's unfortunately a bit more up to chance. At least they let us kind of target things now for stats you want to breed in. Let the moss atop the water bewitch you. It looks nice in some cases. Oh, no, that's wrong. But I do feel like part of me is not a huge fan of it because it tends to look a little too like, blocky. Where if you're gonna have it sit there with like some water showing through it, I would really love to use more of it. What about the fastest camel? Camels actually don't get that fast. Like, I don't think the fastest camel is even close to the fastest horse in Minecraft. Also, I don't know how well you can breed camels for speed. All I know is every camel I've had in this game is slow as heck, dude. But also every donkey you get is the same exact stats. You have to breed them to get them to be faster. Whereas horses, you can randomly find ones that are fast, so it's a game in itself. I would love them to introduce new mobs that you can breed for stats. I think horse breeding is low-key one of like the coolest features in Minecraft. And not even for like any crazy reason other than like I don't enjoy when every mob you get of something is the exact same. The fact that horse breeding gives like some randomness even to the horses that you just find out in the world, to me that's cool. That adds more to go do. Because could you imagine if Nautilus, you could breed to get a faster Nautilus? Or Happy Gas? Do you know how much better Happy Gas would be if you could like breed Happy Gas? Which I don't think you can do anyways. Or just like Happy Gas came with randomized stats. So you could keep getting new ones until you get that like perfect Happy Gas. And then you're like, dude, we're zooming. This is the Happy Gas for traveling across the world. And then when I'm back at home, I've got the Happy Gas that's a little bit slower for my controlled building. I just feel like there's no depth to any of that in its current form because it's just so, it feels rigid. It's just like you get this one. Cat mama, no worries at all. Hope you have a good day and happy to be here to provide some entertainment. Blue axolotl. Imagine if the blue axolotl had better stats than the other axolotls. Not that you really use axolotls for anything other than just a pet. I mean, you can. I think funny enough, I've probably only ever seen Lizzie use axolotls to actually go raid an ocean monument. Outside of like week 1 when axolotls were introduced to the game. Also, Lizzie's really good about finding those random features in Minecraft that not many people use, and then she'll design a whole video around it. A broken boat could look good here, but I'm lazy. Full honesty. I don't think too much of this needs to be that tall. Just like a few patches. I feel like my glasses have been like sliding down my face so much. They're getting... I'm like going through phases recently where I'm like, I hate wearing my glasses. And I've been in one of those phases for the last few weeks where I'm just like, I hate wearing these. I'm finding myself doing more things around the house. I'm like, if this thing's close to my face, I don't need glasses on, so I'm just not wearing them. This looks cool. Crazy take after seeing this world. I'm lazy in certain ways. Or I have moments of being lazy. And the moment of being lazy on that one is in order to make boat here, I have to go all the way over. No. Is that my starter house? I think it is. So we'd have to go all the way there. Because I would need to get blocks to build with. Not small drip leaf worthy. I only got like 40 of those, dude. Those things are being saved. Those small drip leaf are being saved for this river. That's the big... That's the big kahuna over there. What leaf did I run out of? None. Oh, we ran out of sugarcane. Dash, what it was. Hey, but I'm wasting lily pads on this one, so you know. Don't say I never did nothing for you. Let's do a little... Sure. I really didn't add too many azalea leaves in for these last little bits, so... Maybe we can make the azalea leaves look like it's like fresh, like new growth. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. The funny thing is, I was thinking for the video, is there's this realm, which you can see it in a lot of videos nowadays, of there is a vibe in videos, especially Minecraft videos recently, that are successful, where something needs to be completed in the first like minute of the video, minute and a half of the video, and that includes your intro time, so you gotta like speed through doing something. You can see it in my last few videos that I've done recently of just being like, okay, here's a little side project. We're going to wrap this and do bam, 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 bam. Like in the desert one, we built that little house on this rock. Like that was done by like 90 seconds in the video. And it's this weird shift in the algorithm that there's one realm of it needing to be something that is like called like confirming the click. So people who click on your videos, they're like, oh yeah, no, this is what I actually clicked on. This is what I wanted to see. And then the other side of it is people wanting to have that like sense of a completion of like, okay, you confirmed that you want to click on here, and not only did I click on here, I'm already seeing something being completed. It's a weird way of gaming watch time. This was supposed to be that for my next video. I was like, oh yeah, we'll just do this whole thing, and I was gonna do like this side too, and now I don't know, y'all. We're 3 hours in. Yeah, November will be 5 years in the hardcore world. Did I miss the spoiler? We need 203 likes. I will tell y'all though, I think I am actually gonna be wrapping things up there today. I've got my wife and I are going to get pedicures later today, so you know I'm very, very busy. So I've got stuff to do, and I have to go for that in an hour, and I need to go grab some lunch. So I'm gonna be saving this here. T2 river. But all the work for 1 minute rough. This YouTube business is tough. Yeah, it is what it is. It varies. But thank you all so very much for being here today. I really do appreciate y'all. I mean, I also got a stream out of it, so I double dip a lot of my content because that way it saves me some time and also creates more content for free. And pretty much everything I stream is usually turned into like flashback footage for a video. Who do we know that is? Do I know anybody who's live right now doing things? Well, Linksy's always live. We can go drop a raid over there. Thank you so much for being here, my friends. I really do appreciate it. Y'all have a lovely rest of your day. New festival video dropping tomorrow, and then we'll be back on Friday, probably with some interior work. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. Or maybe we'll be on festival. I don't know. Anyways, I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.